Felix, Agrippa the First, Agrippa the Second. The Bible talks about these people. We've got the image right there.
That image includes a
sorry,
fortified
everyone.
wall
It's going to
built
be
by
in
the
two
Canaanites.
parts.
They're finding a treasure trove of artifacts, including coins and 2,000 pieces of pottery a day.
Now, this one was from yesterday. It's been washed already. So you see the same form right out of the ground and yesterday. And these are those handles from the stone vessels. Remember Jesus' first miracle at Cana, they were stone jars full of water. That's that ritual purity culture of the first century.
An archaeologist looks at these shards as a fine timepiece.
Just like your great-grandmother's pottery is different from your pottery that you're using today. And once we learn the pottery, then we can use it as our primary means of dating.
Stripling says literally digging into the Bible can change your life.
Yeah, well, you know, I thought I'd bring this to you just so I can give you a link. If you want to go look at it, I listened to the whole thing. They didn't show me any of the coins that he was talking about. They didn't show the Bible that they have in the title. So I'm going to have to maybe write them a letter. You know, that's not right. You know, all the way down, I've looked at all these things. I've not seen any of these coins or the Bible that they're talking about. I even try to look at some of the, you know, good portion of the print. But where's the Bible? Okay. I don't see the Bible. I don't see the coins. This is a Bible. Doesn't say it that's the one that they found, but it is a Bible. I'll leave the link for you. So, this from End Time Headlines. Brought to you by another source, but they do the same thing we do. We don't originate the stories here. We just gather them for you. Yeah, I need a lot more people to be, you know, what do you call it? Researchers out on the field, you know, reporters, stuff like that. That'd be great, huh? I wouldn't mind at least being in charge of that. I don't know if I want to be out in the field. But anyway, Marvel Comics announces its first drag queen superhero. Well, I don't read that stuff anymore, and I certainly wouldn't now. But this is also from the Christian Broadcasting Network. Okay, in the latest issue of its Iceman comic book series, Marvel Comics introduces a new superhero named Shade. Shade is a mutant superhero drag queen. First ever drag queen in a Marvel series. According to Mashable, Shade possesses teleportation powers and can create and enter a pocket dimension inside her handheld folding fan. See it? And included in the latest issue of the Iceman series, which was written by an openly gay man named Sina Grace. The lead character in the Iceman comic book series is named Bobby Drake, who is gay. Yeah, I'm just showing these things for you people just to tell you that it's getting more and more into our culture. Every bit of it. Can you say Solomon and Gomorrah? Can you say in, you know, Noah's days? There's a couple things we're waiting to have the days of Noah actually happen. Some say that it's already here. You know, we're all expecting the giants. They're already splicing with the CRISPR thing and genetically altering our DNA. And now, I don't have the article, but now they said that they've actually made synthetic cells, man-made cells. And then there was a big talk, and I got really in a rabbit hole with that, talking about synthetic cells and, you know, if we can make synthetic cells and they can reproduce, does that make us gods and all this other stuff? And then it got to be a little dark, and I had to go into prayer and you know, for guidance of where to go from there, because it was getting dark. Do I need to know this? Do I want to know it? I don't want to know it. But do I need to know it? I don't know. I mean, those two were two of the questions. Anyways, because I don't know. First of all, you have to be well grounded. You have to truly understand how the Holy Spirit brings knowledge, wisdom to discern that knowledge. Some things you're just not ready for. And so he will tell you that you're not ready for it. You get these feelings, and you know, it's not, I'm just saying feelings. It's not really feelings. It's a spiritual, it feels like feelings, but it's spiritual. I mean, it's not, I'd say it's close to being physical because you get physical reactions to it. I mean, you all of a sudden feel very irritated, and so that you know that it's just dark, and it's you should think twice about going there. That's all I can say about that right now. You can get in depth with that. So Missouri town is ready to defend Ground Zero cross mural from out-of-town atheists. Good for them. Let's pray for them. We need some victories here, don't we? I mean, it's nice to hear the victories. It gives us a little comfort, I guess. But we already know how it ends, right? So from Fox News, the Freedom from Religion Foundation has earned its reputation as a notorious gang of atheists, agnostics, and free thinkers waging a wicked campaign against Christian symbols on public property. So the Wisconsin-based group is especially fond of preying on small-town America, where many communities can't afford to fight back against their baseless legal threats. But the Freedom from Religion Foundation may be having second thoughts about their latest targets because the folks in Camden County, Missouri, plan to fight back. Last November, the FFRF sent a letter to the county clerk demanding that a painting depicting the Ground Zero cross be removed from a hallway. They removed it. In September 2001, rescue workers discovered two steel beams in the rubble of the Twin Towers that resembled a 17-foot cross. That image brought hope and comfort to many Americans. Those were terrible days. And you can read on, but I don't know, they went in another direction on the bottom of that for me. Go from fighting this cross to the Twin Towers. Yeah, so, I mean, that's what this is, the cross beams of the Twin Towers, right? That's what it's depicting. And the airplane, you see the airplane in the air. See the background, building walls. Now I know why they go. Okay, so we're both learning. Over in Europe, European court rules against Christian homeschool family forced to send kids to school. Now, you read the headlines, you know. Anyways, do you know that they have not been allowed to homeschool their children since 1918? Yep. So the European Court of Human Rights ruled against the Christian homeschool family whose children were removed from the home and forced into a government-approved education program. Or education camp, whatever you want to call it. Europe's top human rights court ruled Thursday in the case of Wunderlich versus Germany that German authorities did not violate the rights of the Wunderlich family when over 24 government agents forcibly removed their 4 children from their home in Darmstadt in August 2013. At least 33 people, or 33 police officers, and 7 youth welfare officers stormed the Wunderlich home because the family was choosing to homeschool the children despite knowing that it has been outlawed in Germany since 1918. The family wanted their children to be educated in an environment compatible with the parents' religious convictions. Bless them. We all should pray in. God bless them, and I hope it takes off. Yeah. Why can't you homeschool your children? You know, we all should be looking at Europe. I hope you all know that. Looking at Europe, the Middle East, especially in Europe, now that they're all mixed in there. You know, I remember a couple of years back when Germany, you know, residents in Germany were forced to, some of them were forced from their own homes to give the illegal immigrants their home, or forced to take some of them in. You want to live over there under those rules? Well, if you don't speak up, if you don't speak out, all these, you know, American freedoms, and some of them are already gone, now that we have the Patriot Act and Homeland Security. Yeah, I don't remember them asking me for that, but that's what they did pass. Because, you know, somebody said somewhere along the line that we feel safer with what they pass with the Homeland Security. And okay, so let's get to these short trailers here. This is the one, forget her name, Sandra Bullock. It's right on the bottom. Bird Box. This is the official trailer from a Netflix series. And this is not the only one. The next one I have is also from Netflix. Netflix has gotten really dark. There are other things that they put out there. One we talked about last year, and I forget it at the moment, but very dark. But we'll let you listen to the 2.5 minute, or almost 2.5 minutes, because I'm going to cut it short. Blindfolded, laying in the forest. Here we go.
Where are you? Please don't take my children. Please don't take my children! How have you been feeling? Have you been sleeping any better?
Oh, rough. Then again, I never slept well before this condition.
Condition? It's called pregnancy. It's okay to say it out loud.
And I was just going to stop it to apologize. Forgot to put a warning out there. Both of these are very, I believe, to be pretty dark. This one we're watching and listening to. You got a society that something's going on and they're committing suicide. So pay attention.
Something's happened.
Can you just please drive?
Did you see something?
Come inside! What's going on?
People describe seeing an entity that takes on the form of your worst fears.
Oh my God!
What are you looking at? What did you see? What is wrong with you? Please stop it!
We can't stay here.
Every contact we have had with the outside has brought us death.
Your kids, they deserve hope.
Every single decision I have made has been for them.
They're gone.
Listen to me. We are going on the trip now. It's going to be rough.
Hold on!
If you hear something in the woods, you tell me. If you hear something in the water, you tell me. But under no circumstance are you allowed to take off your blindfold.
bird box, okay? And I don't know what, somebody will come out with, you know, what the blindfold is all about, besides the fact that these entities or whatever they are out there, and people's, you know, when they see them, they put thoughts in their heads and make them all commit suicide or some act of violence. Mainly it's about suicide. But I guess there's more of a meaning in there, and we'll have people break that down afterwards. But this is your entertainment, okay, that's coming out. That has been out since December, since before Christmas. It has a lot to do with what is going on in the society now and where it's going. The same as this one. Black Mirror, Bandersnatch. Here's the official trailer, 1 minute and 39 seconds.
Keep having these vivid dreams, like thinking weird things.
What sorts of things?
We're gonna be a hit factory, like Motown, but for computer games. You heard it here first.
Bandersnatch. It's an adventure game based on the book. Jerome F. Davies was a genius.
See that bloke who went cuckoo and cut his wife's head off?
When it's a concept piece, a bit of madness is what you need.
You're not hearing voices or...
No voices, but there is something.
Bandersnatch was the final straw. It lets you see the bigger picture. Stefan, you're worrying me.
Change your life, change your mind, change the mirror.
Your fate has been dictated. You're not in control.
Not in control. A lot of stuff that's being said here. All I know is between the bird box and this Black Mirror, they're talking about interactive movie watching, okay? And this is where I wanted you to hear probably most of the 10, 11 minutes, okay? Elon Musk, I'm sorry, talks in here. This is a Jason A. production. He does awesome movies and videos. And it'll explain a little better about that second one, especially the Black Mirror. But, that, you know, he will explain it. But you're talking about this technology, this Black Mirror, where you can just, you know, get all this, you're watching this program, this movie, and you can actually interact with it. There's all kinds of technology out. They've talked about, you know, these holograms. I've talked to you about these holosuites and holograms from Star Trek, Enterprise, whatever, you know, the Star Trek series. All the technology that we've had way back when, when they had those programs out, we've had the technology. They have this hologram, holosuite technology. You know, what scares me about this guy, Elon Musk, is that he actually wants you to think possibly that we're all in a hologram. Kind of like somebody I heard mention quite a few times in a, you know, House of God many times, that we're all in a hologram. We all are living a hologram, and everyone around us is fake. Anyway, you know, it really gets really off sometimes. But let's listen to this for a bit.
I find as I get older, I find that question to be maybe more and more confusing or troubling or uncertain. Particularly when you see the advancement of something like video games. You know, like say 40 years ago, you had video games. The most advanced video game would be like Pong, where you had like two rectangles and a dot. you're like batting it back and forth.
I played it.
Oh yeah, like me too, exactly. I played
all.
It's like
World Government
you a little bit.
Summit.
Yeah, we both played the same game. And that was like, wow, that was a pretty fun game at the time. But now you can see a video game that's photorealistic, almost photorealistic, and millions of people playing simultaneously. And you see where things are going with virtual reality and augmented reality. And if you extrapolate that out into the future with any rate of progress at all, like even 0.1% or something like that a year, then eventually those games will be indistinguishable from reality. They'll be so realistic, you will not be able to tell the difference between that game and the reality as we know it. And then it seems like, well, how do we know that that didn't happen in the past? And that we're not in one of those games ourselves?
Interesting. Interesting.
I mean, could be.
Everything is possible.
The only, I gotta stop. I don't agree with that. I really don't agree with that. Yes, they may have the technology for holosuite programs, you know, like Star Trek, but on a conscious level, I mean, we're conscious. We have spirits along, you know, abiding in this flesh. And I know other people have the same because we can tell spirit to spirit if people have that spirit. Or we could tell if they're fake or made up. So I don't know if I agree with him about that. He doesn't, the thing about Elon Musk is that he is a futurist, he's a materialist, he doesn't believe in the spiritual world. He may have thought about it, but he'll go on, he'll give you more information.
I mean, there's, like, I mean, yeah, particularly like things seem to be accelerating to something.
Season is a popular time to go to the movie theater, but this year a lot of people are choosing to stay home to watch the latest hits.
Netflix is celebrating both record-breaking streams of the new Sandra Bullock hit Bird Box and the success of a first-of-its-kind interactive movie.